So hello, everybody. It's Friday. It's the second Friday of the month, and it's time for us to do the Cool Crone Oracle. So I'm really happy that everybody has joined us tonight, and I'm really happy to be here with all my friends, Marina and Val and Cleo and Gerald. And Gerald is helping me with all of the backstage stuff tonight. So Gerald, thank you very much for that. I really
Happy
appreciate
to do it.
your help. And so we're just going to go around and let everybody say hello, and then we'll get started with your questions. We already have quite a few starred. So, Marina, take it away. How are you?
I am doing much better than I was before.
Good.
And yeah, Mercury retrograde I think is over, and this one like I've been saying, yeah, it kicked my butt. It took names and it took out a restraining order against me. So, dealing with
Wow.
yeah, it was not fun. But it's over. It's behind me. Looking forward to all kinds of great things, and just want to highlight the big thing on Saturday, April 26th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me for the 6th Shine Your Light event.
Wow.
Yeah, 6th.
That's a
And
lot.
they're fabulous. They're fabulous. Look, just go to my channel. I'll be posting some more details about it. But yeah, that's kind of what's happening in my world right now.
Yay. Yay. Glad to
Yay.
hear it. That's great.
Mhm.
Okay. Val, hi. How are you?
Hi,
Nice to see
I'm
you.
so I'm happy to be here with all of you. And what's going on my channel on Monday? I'm going to be on with Tarot Stash at Tarot Stash with the Mystic Four. So I know you won't want to miss that. That is,
No, you won't.
that is awesome. So that's it for me.
Okay. Great. Well, I'm very glad that both you and Marina are here. And Cleo,
Thank
how
you.
are you? Say hello
I'm
to
great.
everybody.
I'm good. Uh, I'm going to be on with Val and Tarot Stash on Monday for Mystic 4. And I'd just like to remind people I actually did a little thing for this yesterday on the Golden Girls, but we're only on once a month. So please stop by and get your readings from your favorite readers, the Mystic 4.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Absolutely.
That's it. Good plug. And Gerald, what's new with you?
I am glad to be here. I have got some great shows scheduled for next week, including the Mystic Four.
Mhm.
I'm having a creativity conversation with medium Betsy Palmer and Jamie on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. We are talking about journaling and how journaling will help with creativity. The wisest thing that everybody can do is to subscribe to the channel because I promote everything there. So,
Great.
sometimes I do crazy ass things. Excuse me. Sometimes I do things that would drive people crazy, like I take a tarot deck and I sand it with sandpaper.
Wow.
So
I guess I'm going to have to tune in to find out why you would do that.
yeah,
Yes, that sounds very clever and amazing.
Yeah.
it's a good
Wow.
thing.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'm Colleen Pearl, the Cool Crone, and I hope you know who I am if you're here. But if you are here and you're not quite sure where you've landed on the Cool Crone channel, and please subscribe and please give this video a thumbs up. That would be awesome. And let's see, what else do I want to say? I do have things going on. I'm sure I'm doing something next week, right? I mean, I'm not just not just ending YouTube tonight. Um, oh yeah, on the Wednesday, I'm doing a PoliTarology with Cleo and Kathy Beal, the astrologer.
Nice.
And on Friday, we're doing this new show that Mel Dore created called The Other Side of the Coin. And so it'll
Mm.
be Mel Dore and Arthur and myself and Sherry. I think that's all who's on there. And so, yeah, so be sure to tune in for that.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I'm really excited about that. Okay. I do want to check one little thing, if you will indulge me. Maybe I have to go to here. Um, Gerald, if you want to tap dance for me while I check this, because I think this
Um,
is kind of
I
important.
should be joining the other side of the coin on Friday too.
Oh, oh, thank you. I forgot. Okay, sorry about that.
Mm.
Y'all, we got to have a good sense of humor. And if you are interested in getting a reading tonight, the readings are specifically about your home. Like, will I sell my house and will I move? It's hashtag home. And then when you are selected, then you put in your question into the chat. So I see some people who are putting questions in, but I'm just letting you know we need to have. It's kind of hard to keep track of everything, so hold, and we'll pick a couple of people so that you can put all that good stuff in.
Yes.
So, but yeah,
Okay. I just had to hide myself out of embarrassment for forgetting to say your name.
well, even Marjorie is like, "Oops, I think it's funny."
Okay, good, good. And there's 88 people right now recorded in the chat, so that's a good number.
Nice.
It's a really
Good.
nice number. I love the number 8.
Yeah.
Although I'm very partial to 6 and also to 444, so very hard to choose. I'm a Libra, very
Yeah.
hard to choose.
Yes.
Sometimes I just have to equivocate, you know. All
Yes.
right, so we are going to use the famous Wheel of Fortune to pick the names of the people we're going to do the readings for. So I think it's time for us to do that right now. So here we go. Wait,
Oh,
did I
I did it at the same time. Go ahead.
Okay, but did I tell everybody that it's the, hashtag home? I know it's in the crawler at the bottom, but you put in hashtag home, and then once we call your name, just verify that you're here, and then at that time you can type your question in the chat,
Yep.
because otherwise we
Mhm.
just lose the questions. There's just too much. We
And
did star some questions though, and we will get to those too. What's
and
clear?
how are you gonna answer the questions? Is it gonna be one at a time? Is it gonna be two at a time? What is
What
it?
a good question.
Hmm.
Question.
I I think I think we will do one reader, one question, because then we can get through a whole lot of questions.
Yes.
And I think people really appreciate that. Okay.
Cheers.
So now here we go with the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, there we go.
And draw a couple of several names so that people can let us know that they're here.
Okay, well, our first one was Patrick Duncan.
Oh,
Oh, and Val's gonna get
I
a
put it in there because I want to know if I'm going to move.
okay. Okay, there we go. And we're gonna do another one here.
So that's Patrick Duncan. Put your question in, Patrick. Val, please put your question in.
Oh,
Okay,
question.
and Venus, and one more time here. We'll do all 5, right? Might as
Yeah,
well.
I think that sounds like a
Cue
great
them
idea.
up for everybody. It's going so slow. Karen
Oh,
Alfaro.
yes.
Okay, and last but not least, our last person. Not last in the whole show, just last in this group.
So, Venus, go ahead and type your question
And Ancient Timmy.
to
Is
me.
that Ancient to me, right?
Hmm.
I
All
think
right.
so. So, okay.
Okay, great. And I'm gonna come back here and we're gonna take this. All righty. So, first question is Patrick and Marina. Can you take that? And then, oh, Val, then that puts Val doing her own question. We can't do that. Okay,
Well, then why doesn't Val take
Patrick,
Patrick and
Okay.
I'll take Val?
you do Val, and
And
then
then, yeah,
Cleo
yeah,
Cleo can do Venus, Gerald can do Karen, and I'll do Ancient to me. Okay.
yes.
Okay, Patrick. Uh, it is time. You can take action. Absolutely. be aware that if you buy your products, if you're going through a design firm, they will probably have the products. If you're having to go out on your own and source them, know that the tariffs within 90 days, if they start, that those Chinese products, which are the sinks, the
Everything.
everything will go up tremendously. So you'll want to get that nailed down before you commit to anything. Know your pricing. If you go through a kitchen design and build, then they will have things in their showroom that they can get their hands on. So that's a good thing. So I see nothing stopping you from doing this. It's really just you're concerned with. There may be some delays getting started, but it looks like you could definitely do it if you want, and you'll have someone who's good at putting it all together. Delays may be in procuring the materials. I can't say for sure, but you can definitely start quickly. So the economy won't affect this in terms of it may be a little more pricey now, right now, because in the last 2 years, prices have gone up like crazy, but it'll still be at a level in which maybe 5,000 over what you thought in your budget to 5 to 7 over. So that's my reading for you, Patrick. I hope that helps you.
Great.
Wonderful.
I just want to remind people that we already starred questions for Jane, Sarah, and Leslie. If you could also put just #home in the chat so that you're in the drawing, that would make it a lot easier for us to get to your question. Okay. Marina, go ahead.
For
Oh, we
Val.
got to put her
Okay.
question up.
I got it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Am I moving
And
within the next 2 years?
Karen, I did get your question starred. It was posted earlier.
Okay.
Okay.
But wait, does she have the thing home so she'll get pulled up in the drawing?
She already got pulled up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, Marina, go ahead.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So, will you be moving within the next 2 years, Val? Probably not. It's something you're going to be thinking about a lot. I get the 9 of Swords. You are going to be worried about it. Don't worry about it too much, because you're going to need to, with the moon, you're going to need to follow your intuition. So if something does come up that you can take a look at, you're certainly going to be in a position to defend what it is that you want. You're going to be able to move forward with that. But
Okay.
don't worry about it. Don't put a time limit. You know yourself, if you want something to happen, put it out in the universe. It will happen when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So, but for now, I'm saying probably not within the next 2 years.
Man, those people want me here in the desert.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yeah. Unless, of course, you want to move to Canada, in which case, yes, by all means.
I do.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Thank you. Thank you,
I think
Marina.
the question is, who doesn't want to move to Canada at this point?
Yes.
Oh, God. That just sounds like heaven to me. Although
It does.
when I lived on the West Coast, I thought, yeah, that'd be great because I know that part of Canada. I don't know the eastern part of Canada. I never went up there.
Me neither.
Beautiful. Nova Scotia, PEI. Oh, Nova Scotia is just stunningly beautiful.
I'll have to take a trip.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they actually generally have 4 seasons in Nova Scotia. Where here in Alberta, we get 2, which is basically winter and construction. But in Nova Scotia, they actually do have 4 seasons. Yeah.
Wow.
Winter and construction.
My daughter has always wanted to go to Quebec. She wants to go up there. And I do too, really. Yeah. Practice our French.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's next?
Venus.
Venus goes to Cleo.
Can you please tell me what's coming up for me in May? You know what? A lot of good stuff is coming up. Um, Something you've been working on, something you've been thinking about, something you've been hoping for. You may not actually get the end result for that, but it's coming and it's very good. I, I'm not quite sure what it is, but there's something coming up in May that is just like I said, something you've been working towards. There's a little bit of a glitch. Some emotions get involved in this that make it a little bit more difficult to see that this is actually working out in your benefit. So, at the beginning of the month, whatever we're talking about, and I don't know what it is, it gets a little bit. You're thinking, "Oh God, this is not going to happen," or "This is not going to work out," or "This is not what I was hoping for." Just cool it, calm down. It gets better towards the end of the month, and it's like totally successful, whatever it is. So you kind of get worried, and that's okay. We all do that. But because you haven't hit the final result at the beginning of the month, and you're thinking, oh, maybe I was crazy to even think this could happen. Whatever it is, it's going to happen, and it's going to be successful, and you're going to be so glad that you just hang in there. You think you know what it is, okay? All right. Well, it's gonna work out the way you want it to work out, and it seems to me like it's going to be actually even financially to your benefit. So that's what I got.
Nice. Nice. Great. Okay, moving on to Karen.
Karen, hold on. There's the question, and that's for me.
Mhm.
If possible, I would like to know if I will be making a move to Spain by next year. It's where I would love to retire, where I have family roots. Do I need to sell my condo before then? I'm going to give an answer that's going to go maybe, because I have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is all about balance. This could suggest that you may not need to sell your condo, or you may not want to, and it could be a form of income for you while you have moved. I do get the Four of Pentacles, which does suggest you need to make sure that all of the money that you have is in good order, that it's solid, and you're doing the saving up, making sure that all of the ducks are in a row, so to speak. And but I think this move appears to be a decent move. It's one that excites you. It is of a lot of interest, and so I think this is quite good. And I have the Queen of Swords with that. So if that's what you want to do, you're going to make it happen. You're definitely going to make it happen. So it's like, let me know, Karen, if that makes sense to you. So, but yeah, that's yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You also, yes. Sorry. Yes. Gerald's plugged in a little bit, so okay.
And Gerald, while you were talking about that, I kept hearing sublet. So you might want to sublet your condo when you first go to Spain to try to figure out where you're going to be out in Spain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sublet. That's a good word for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Thank you, Karen. And so next up is Ancient Timmy.
All right. So, can I get some insight on my job hunt? Am I going to find a job soon? I don't think it's going to be super quick, but I do think you're going to be finding something. What's going on is I think that as you're beginning the search, you're a little bit all over the place. You're kind of looking for too many different kinds of things. and not really focusing in on what you really want. Maybe you don't think that you have the qualifications for what you really want, or maybe you think that it's not going to make enough money, or for whatever the reasons are, you're kind of spreading yourself across different areas, hoping that that's going to be able to generate a job sooner for you. I think you got to go for what you really love. I think you got to look for something that is really going to make you feel good. And I know that sounds like really bad advice given what's going on with the economy, but I think that your connection to what you're actually doing in your job is going to be very, very important. You may find that either a friend recommends something to you or recommends you for a job, or you're going to really hit it off with somebody in the new job. But friendship is going to be a key thing around getting this job and securing the job in general. The money, I think, will be fine. I don't think it'll be, you won't feel undervalued. You'll be fine with that. And when you start to get on the right path of what you're supposed to be looking for, you're going to probably get multiple offers. So again, be very clear about what you want and what you're looking for. And don't just go for the thing with the most money. Go for something that really tugs at your heartstrings, that really tells you that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I don't know if it's going to be happening, right away. We do have the moon there. So there's going to be some obfuscation at first. You have to go through this process where you're looking in too many places, but when you narrow it down and you really start looking for the thing that you love, then it'll come in. A whole bunch of stuff will come in. Okay, that's what I have.
Lovely.
I love that.
Okay. So we're ready for more drawings.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I feel so important doing this. Right. So there we go. So let's get some new guys.
And by the way, this is a great opportunity for everyone to give the video a thumbs up and to share it.
Kim B. So that's
Yay.
going to go to Marina. And Atlax is going to be for Val.
Atlax, put your question in. Kim B, put your question in. We'll star those. Okay, Garnet.
Ellen R. is going to be for Cleo. I just love seeing everybody's pictures go by.
I know.
So fun. Okay, Butch McCann is for you, Gerald.
Thank you.
And this last one will be for me. And Allie is for me. Okay. So there we go.
All right. So we need Eleanor needs to post a question. Butch McCain needs to post a question, and Allie needs to post a question, but I will also double check to see if they already did a question. So there's Kim B.
Yeah. Okay. So, Kim, what I got for you, I start off with the King of Swords. This is something that you need to give it some good thought and make sure that you're thinking about the move in terms that that you can actually quantify. It's not just a case of, oh, well, the weather is really nice in California, I want to move there. Take a look at what are your employment opportunities, what kind of opportunities are available in terms of the job market, the real estate market, and so on. So be very honest with yourself about why you want to do this. And then when you're when you're really ready to go ahead with that, absolutely put it out to the universe that that is what you want, and that the proper location, home, and everything is going to come to you totally unencumbered, and it certainly will. And I end with the magician in that you have the tools necessary, you have them at hand to make this decision. So when I say be honest about what it is that you want, the things that you need to put priority on. So yeah, go with your instinct, and yes, it could very well happen within the next 2 years. Yeah.
And
Wow.
Kim B, while Marina was talking, I got this that it's going to be in and around the San Francisco area if you decide to do that. And I got it from that song about wear flowers in your hair if you're going to
Yes,
San Francisco.
yes, well, yeah, San Francisco. And she said, yeah, I have 2 children that live there.
Oh,
Wow.
Then, yeah, absolutely. You can absolutely make that happen.
hmm
108 in the chat. That's a magical number.
It is.
wow.
It's a very magical number.
Woohoo.
Okay. All right. So who are we? Pascal.
Um,
Okay. Atlax.
Atlax, and I will put their question up.
Yes. So Atlax, congratulations on selling your home in
Yes.
Panama. And I see you getting that money. It's coming in, but it really will take about 6 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks. And the reason why is because it's a foreign bank, and there's a certain amount of time before they even release the funds for that being called for by that paper document, that check. So it takes all that time to go through that process. So 6 weeks is what I am seeing for that good news that it's in your bank account. So just have faith, hang in there, and I see great, your good fortune coming in. So yeah, hold on, it's coming.
Well, thank you.
That's all I've got for you. You will be getting it.
Great. Great. And Cleo, you have Ellen R.
Yep.
Okay, now I got a little bit hung up on Kim B's move about, and now she's talking about Northern California. So I said in and around San Francisco, and then head north.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
you don't want to be right on top of your kids,
Your kids don't want you to be right on top of them
Oh,
either.
I wasn't going
Yeah.
to say that, Gerald. Come
No,
on.
but
Of
that's
course
why
they
I'm
want it
here.
there. All right. Sorry, Cleo. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. I got to take a minute here. Hold on. Oh, well, there's something wrong with these cards. Never mind. Guidance on my plan for retiring and purchasing property in upstate New York. Is it in my highest good? Is it on my path? Ellen, I see right off it is on your path, but there's other areas as well. So keep open to this idea. Your highest good. I see several areas that would fit right in with what you're looking for. I'm thinking upstate New York is probably less citified, right? Is it more a rural kind of an area? And so there's a lot of good places up there for retiring, but whatever. Yeah, I see that you're probably going to end up doing this, and it is on your path. And you know what? When you look at a few different areas, there you will get a feeling for it. You'll walk into this area and drive up there and take a look at it and go. You'll either say nay or yay. And if you get the nay, keep on looking. But it will hit you right away. You're like, yes, this is where I belong. So it's gonna be cool. Good
Yeah.
for you.
And Ellen said upstate is a mix of cities, suburbs, and rural.
Okay.
So
I see you going more towards the rural areas, but you know, you don't want to be too far away from things, but and I don't think you
Mhm.
really will. I think it'd just be a
Yeah.
short drive and it'll feel more I see woods, woodsy and trees and stuff going on. So that I just stay open to that. But yes, I definitely see
Yes.
that this is a good thing that could happen for you.
Absolutely.
All right. So I have Butch. So do you see me moving? And where and when? Butch, if you want to move, you can absolutely move because there's a great deal of success wherever you are going to go. I think this is an important thing to remember. It's where you decide to put your roots. You're going to be very successful because you're going to create good opportunities for yourself and others around you. I have the 6 of rods for that, so that's a celebration. It's once you get there, it's going to go very well. I don't know, Butch, where you live currently. I did get the Justice card, and I'm looking. Well, what's the 11th state in the Union? Well, does anybody know what the 11th state was to be added to the United States? It was New York.
Oh.
Oh,
So New York is a big state. Butch, I am in Ohio. According to the interwebs, could be, but I live in Ohio. You know, I'm okay. So, listen to me. I'm okay. I mean, that's a relative. However, go to a big city in Ohio. Don't go to the small ones. But here's something that's important. But you have this great feeling about you that you're going to make wherever you go work extremely well for you, and people are going to benefit around you. And the reason I say that is I pulled 5 cards. 3 of them are major arcana,
Oh, wow.
so it's
Mhm.
pretty significant. It's justice, the hanged man, and judgment. So I would say pay very close attention to those key things that are important for you when you're moving. And what is it they say? Location, location, location. Well,
Mhm.
location in mind, but also the environment and the energy around it, Butch. So,
Nice.
Mhm.
so there you
excellent.
go.
Good luck, Butch.
Yeah.
All right. So I have Allie. Due to labor and material costs, is it better to renovate my bath in 25 or 26? So, um, rather than throw a bunch of cards on both years, I went first for 2025 and they came out very positive. So I'm going to say 2025. You
Mhm.
got both the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. So I think you're fine doing the bath in 25. I think, you will look carefully at what you're spending your money on. Initially, if you're trying to choose something that somebody else is going to do for you, you feel like you can pick just like anything and have your dream bathroom, and then very quickly you're brought down to earth when you realize how much that's going to cost. But you will enjoy the process of picking things out or even designing how you want it to look, and in the end, it will be a bit of your creation too. So, it's not just the people doing the work and bringing you choices to pick out. It's also your input in this. And I think 2025 is a fine time to do the bath. I think you're going to be fine with that. All right. So now we're on to another group to pick. So let's do that. Oh, whoops. Let's add it in. Okay. And this first person will go for Marina. Lori Lynn. Oh, look at that cute little kitty.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love calicos. All right. And now this will be for Val. She passed me. Okay. I get it. Okay. Okay. That's for Val. And Here's the next one. My friend Susan is supposed to be watching, so I'm looking for her to put a question in.
Nice.
Linda Lee is for Cleo. And don't forget, when you're picked, you have to then put into the chat what your question is. And for Gerald. Sandy Johnson for Gerald. And for me, it's going to be whoever gets picked last. Jacqueline Anderson.
Yay.
Yay. All righty. So here we go with that. And so, Marina, it's to you for Lori Lynn. And do we? And we do have a question. Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
still waiting for other questions to show up. So
So talk slow, Marina.
Oh, yes. Okay. In that case. All right. Lori, I think that yes, things are going to change for you fairly quickly. I start off with the Chariot, and that is yeah, things coming in fairly quickly, but also a decision that you're going to have to make in terms of, um, what the this could even be a couple different job offers that come in, and you need to determine which one is going to make you happiest. And like Colleen had said earlier, sometimes it's not always about the money. It's about job satisfaction. It's about um, being able to have a good work life balance, and so on. So I do think that you're probably going to end up with a couple offers that are going to come in. um, double check the fine print when the offers come in, because there's one that is going to sound really, really fabulous until you start to read the fine print, and then you have to work at the company for so many weeks before you get a day off, and you have to do this. And so read the fine print and make sure that what is on offer is really what it is that you want. And then I get the Ace of Swords. So be very honest with yourself, and if it doesn't feel good, then just let it go. Something else will come in. Finding a new roommate, I think that yes, you are going to find a new roommate. I get lovers, so it's going to be a really a nice relationship where you're going to be able to. You're kind of going to be like-minded in what it is that you want and how it is that you want to share space. So it looks positive. So I do think that yeah, things are coming in for you. Yeah,
Very
nice.
nice. Great.
Mhm.
Okay, Val, you have Cheap Ass Me.
Okay, cheap pass. So cheap pass. You want to know if you're getting a raise this year or soon at some
yeah,
point. And you are getting a raise. You have prosperity coming in for you. And you also have a lot of incredible energy coming in, positive energy for everything that you're going through right now. The sun is shining on you with all your effort and everything that you've put forth. So you can just breathe a sigh of relief because you will be getting a raise. And, no matter what, don't feel when you get your raise, try not to feel like you have to work even extra hard after that. Let yourself just enjoy, do your normal pace, whatever you're doing, let it just flow and relax. Just because you got a raise because you deserved it. You don't have to work twice as hard because you got one. But you have beautiful energy coming in. So very prosperous. abundant time for you. So maybe within the next 9 weeks to, time is kind of hard, but this year I would say it's coming in for you. So thank you for your question, Chi Pass. Me. Okay.
Nice.
Great. Okay, Cleo, you have Linda Lee.
There we go.
Oh, Cleo, you're muted.
Sorry. I was trying to shuffle cards, and so I muted myself and I forgot about it. Okay, Linda. Should I choose Orion Contractor for my roof repair? Is that I'm thinking? Is that the name of the company that does roof repairs? Um, so if that's the case, I'm coming up with. There's a problem with this contractor. And there's a lot of delays. There's a lot of, they tell you one thing and it turns out to be another, like it saying price, and then they can't get the materials, and they might even be having problems keeping employees there to do the work. Um, I don't usually come up with stuff like this, and that's what I'm seeing here, that this contractor is a bit of a problem. What I would do is I would get other estimates from other contractors, and just, even if you're not even disputing the cost of it or anything, but I feel that this contractor might be a little bit of a problem. So that's what I got.
Okay.
Okay. Did we get the question for? Yep, got the
Yep,
question
I
for
got.
Sandy.
Yep.
Go for
Yep.
it, Gerald.
So, Sandy, will you get hired by your ex coworker? I will have to move to North Carolina, but I'm okay with that. Um, yes. Okay. Next. No. um, because I pulled three cards, and all three of them are major arcana. I got the World. I got the Empress. So when you move, make sure you have a good understanding of the job and what is entailed with that. Then I also have the Hierophant. So if this person is setting up a business or trying to improve a business, make sure that you understand the contract, and how you will be working with that person. But I'd actually say this is pretty affirming, actually. So
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, it's like World, Empress, and the Hierophant. So I have a feeling that you were very good working with your ex coworker. That's why they want you. They need that. They need that support in that elevation. So there you go.
Okay, thank you.
Gerald?
And I have Jacqueline Anderson. Thank you. Do we need to leave the state with Vin? It's Florida and they're trans and it's scary here. The grandparents' time left is limited. Well, I did shuffle on this, and the first reading that I threw it, I was asking, would it, what would happen if you moved? And the cards were terrible. So I shuffled again, thinking, well, maybe I was focusing on what happens if they stay in Florida, because I'm with you. It sounds like a nightmare in Florida for anybody, really, but especially in your situation. And the cards I specifically focused on, what will happen if they stay in Florida? And it's pretty good. It's not bad. So I'm going to say that you probably should stay at least for the grandparents' time, right? You get the Prince of Cups, which is some surprising news. You get the Two of Pentacles, which is a monetary thing. The Four of Cups, like you really don't want to move. It's really not in your heart to move. You get the Queen of Swords. I don't know what sign you are, but the Queen of Swords is usually an air sign. And that's a woman who makes decisions and is pretty logical and somewhat unemotional about her decisions. But the final card is what really sold it for me. It's the Six of Swords. And in this deck, the Six of Swords is regularity and keeping things just status quo, but also balance and feeling comfortable and at peace. So I think that everybody's going to be okay for the time being. I think you'll be all right. Um, and I think also because of the grandparents situation, you probably do want to stay put. I'm not saying that their time is super limited or I don't know. And one there's sounds like there's two of them. So if one of them goes and then you still have one left, you might end up taking them with you or something. So I think you're going to stay put. And believe me, I looked at this and did not expect this answer. So I guess it's real. Okay. All righty.
Perfect.
So that's that. Everybody got their readings there. Look at us go. We're just flying through these readings. This is great. Okay, so let's go get some more. So let's get one for Marina. Oh,
The Cool
The Cool
Crone.
Crone.
all right. Well, you know what? I'm going to take it because I do have a question. So I'm going to take it.
Done.
Okay. And then, so that's Marina. And then Anita K. That's for Val. And this is for Cleo. Marjorie McConnell. And then this is for Gerald.
Woo. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Yeah.
Artist
Oh, lovely.
Reviews. And then this is for me. Paul. Oh, good, Paul. You put in home and you got it. Great. Okay.
So everybody, don't forget to put your question in because I want to capture these.
Yeah, you have to go back into the comments, type in your question. We know your name, so we'll look for it, we'll start, and then when it's your turn, we'll put it up on the screen. Okay, so let me take that out, and I guess I'm first, and I'll just tell you my question, Marina.
All right.
So my daughter has been looking for an apartment to move out, my youngest daughter, and my oldest daughter has been contemplating moving in, but we don't know what's happening here in New Jersey. So my question is, will the younger one find an apartment and be able to move out like this summer or something? And also, will the older one move in or not?
Mm, okay.
In other words, can I paint or no?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Um, I start off with the Eight of Pentacles. They're each one of them is doing what they need to do in order to move forward. And I think that you're preparing for having both of them there.
Yeah, I
So
am.
that yeah,
Mhm.
I think that what happens is when things start to happen for them, they're going to happen fast with the Eight of Wands, um, and that is yeah the daughters that's looking for an apartment in New York. She's going to hear about something and it's just going to fall into place like boom, boom, boom. And it's going to be one of those, well, can you move in the next 2 weeks and so on. So there is going to be, there is going to be a little bit of chaos with the Seven of Cups in terms of, kind of emotional chaos, because when things do start to change, and I do think um, that they will start to change, yeah, within the next couple months, that it's going to be chaotic in that. Yeah, one finds the apartment, the other one is gets more settled in your home, and you're looking to make changes. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
So you think my older one will end up moving here?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna try to make that after the other one moves out because it's wicked hard to make it happen the other way with both
Yes.
of them. It's really hard. Okay, thank you. Thank you very
You're
much for my
welcome.
reading, and sorry everybody in the chat, but it's my show.
Hey, yeah, exactly.
Back off a little bit, okay? If I need a reading, I'm gonna get one.
There you go.
I'll
I
let
did
you
that
break down
recently.
on my rules.
Okay.
So
All right.
Anita K for Val was asking, just here for a general reading. And then Anita added, thinking of working the flea market again Sunday. So,
Ooh, that's something. So what I'm reading for you, Anita, is there's been a sense of kind of holding on to things. Maybe you're retired and that feeling like you have to hold on to your money, and even working the flea market, that kind of thing. But I want you to know, at the same time, you're it's a time when you're going to feel introspective and you're going to go within. You're really going to go and connect with your inner desires, stepping back from things. But you are an abundant person. Your dreams, whatever you've been wishing for, will come true. And maybe it is in those connections that you're going to meet people in the flea market. Those times when you reach out and you're out there in the community, there are things that are happening for you, and you're going to see things from a different perspective. The connections that you make, and there is a sense of comfort that you're deriving, and people are deriving from being with you and talking with you. Um, there is good news coming for you soon. It could be, work related results, but it's definitely an achievement and triumph. There is going to be a lot of optimism moving forward with something that you are looking at that you might be wanting to go do, whether that's the flea market or other things. Um, so you have the aptitude to achieve everything you need to. This is the message. So go for it, enjoy it, because it's looking good. So thank you, Anita K, for your question.
Thank you, Val, for that
Mhm.
reading. That was very
Yeah.
nice. All right. So Marjorie McConnell for
yep. There
Cleo.
we
I
go.
have 2 cemetery plots to sell. Will someone want to buy them?
Oh.
Some people are just dying to buy them.
Uh,
Wah, wah. Where
Ta-dum.
where is my bump when I
Yes.
need one? Oh,
You
geez.
know, Marjorie, I don't know how you ended up with the plots, but I see that you're really wondering, what should I do? Is it best to hold on to them for whatever, for yourself or for whoever, or is it best to let them go? And it's good either way. I see that you probably are going to sell them, and yeah, I don't know what burial plots cost, but it works out just well financially for you. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's a large sum of money, but it's a. It'd be nice to have the money, and especially if you don't think you're going to need them. If you're not going to need them, then well, you're going to live forever. But if you don't, no, if you don't need them, um, because you have other plans, that's what I'm thinking. That you've got other ideas about how to deal with this when the time comes. But yeah, I see that, there is definitely some buyers out there. You'll sell them and you'll get a little bit of extra money, and that'll be good for you, and all is all is good. I mean, there's no reason not to do that. But I do see you pondering whether it's the right thing to do or if it's the best thing to do. And I see it's kind of a good thing, but you've got to decide for yourself uh what is the best thing for you. But
Okay.
that's you inherited them. Okay. Sell them. It's fine.
Yeah.
I love it. Sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't I wouldn't worry about it, like would somebody else think that that was a terrible thing to do or something, or you should hold on to them. It's up to you, but don't let that kind of, I, I see that you're going to sell these things and you're going to make a little bit of money on it. So,
Yeah.
but like I said, it's up to you. But yeah, you inherited them and you're like, oh, I wish you hadn't given me that. I just,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with them. Sell them. Get the money.
That's great. All right. And artist Liz is up for Gerald. There we go.
Okay, will you be able to buy your own home, a real home? I've been renting since I was 17. I have a very affirming read for this. The first card is the Knight of Pentacles. This is going to be a slow and steady process for you to be able to get this. It is going to be victorious. It is just going to take much longer than what you want, and a lot of balancing of your resources, because I have the Two of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles. So plant the seeds, really look at it. Uh, but one of the key things that I want to really share with you is that I have the Emperor. The Emperor really does want to have a home and a place to, a kingdom, so to speak. I'm curious, artist Liz, is if this might be a little out of the ordinary or unexpected type of home, but keep working at it. Keep working at it, because I see good movement toward it, Liz. So that makes me feel really good.
Great.
Nice.
Oh, that's good. Okay. And I'm right here, Gerald, so I'll go ahead and pop Paul's
Oh,
question up.
thank you.
I host audio chats on I'm thinking that you're saying spoutable. I've never heard of spoutable, so I'm just going to make a wild guess there. Many say it's like 70s, 80s talk radio and encourage me to podcast. Is podcasting, specifically a spiritually oriented podcast, in future something I could sustain? Well, or could sustain you, I think really is the question that you want to ask. So I'm not an expert on podcasts, but I do publish most of my videos as podcasts within a playlist from YouTube to wherever YouTube podcasts go. And I haven't put it out on any other thing, but I think it's a good thing. It gives you more audience, to put it out there. But for going from Spottable to a podcast, yeah, I think that's an easy transition. I think you should be able to do that. A spiritually oriented podcast, if it's going to be a kind of a chat, an interview kind of situation, then yeah, you can certainly do that. Now, will it sustain you? That's the thing, is that most people who do, I can speak from the experience of doing a YouTube channel. Most people who start to do a YouTube channel, it is not instantaneous success. There have been a few people actually that we all know in the last year who have done amazingly well
Mhm.
within a year and have far surpassed what I'm doing. And we routinely put out voodoo dolls on those persons. No,
Yes.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. And you know who you are. No, we no, we applaud their success, of course, because it helps all of us succeed more, just to be more. It brings us more mainstream to have more
Yeah.
people watch us. But the thing is that for most people who do channels, it takes a few years really to build up your subscribers, which helps you get your ads out there. And I know everybody hates the ads, but that is what makes money for people who do things on YouTube. And that's why so many people on YouTube offer things like readings and classes and things like that, because that is a much easier way to make money. So if you're looking for that to sustain you, then here's what the cards say. Yes, you can do this. You are probably really good at this. You get the star. The star came up for you, so you're probably really good. You must have a really great voice for that radio feel. And so I'm just guessing that you really have a knack for this. And that's going to help you a lot in whatever platform you go to, I think, whether it's actual radio or Spotify or podcasting on, all those different platforms. You also get the Page of Pentacles. So I do think that right off the bat, when you try to launch a more spiritually oriented or oriental podcast, you're going to get some success right off the bat, will encourage you. And I do see, though, that this is going to just be the spark of what you're really going to do. You're going to change and morph your show and your ideas and your focus as you get going. So give yourself, that first year to just find out. Just have as much fun as you want. Play with it. Do all the things you think are a little bit offbeat, but only you would do them. Do all of those things and allow yourself to just build your very unique podcast, your very unique delivery, and your audience will find you. Really good cards for this. It's going to be, in the end, it's going to be something you really love to do. It is going to be successful financially. You're going to feel that it's kind of a rush, when you start to get people subscribing to you and memberships and things like that. It's kind of nice to see that people really do like to hear what you have to say, and I think this is going to be really good for you. Will it sustain you as far as making a living? Well, here's something else I'm going to tell you from experience. Anybody that starts a spiritual business, you have to realize that you're not going to be able to support yourself on day one. So you have to have a business plan where you transition from whatever you're doing to make your money now. And it's kind of like as kids grow up, you give them a little more and more and more responsibility as they get older. Well, as your podcast grows up, it's going to give you more and more and more payback, but at first it's not going to give you very much, and you'll need that other source of income. So make your plan, figure out, what you need in order to really live and make do. And by the way, this whole time you're going to have to be investing in your podcast and your equipment and all that stuff and changing things up. So, that's my little webinar on how you're going to do your spiritual business. Kind of a lot in that question, but I do think you should go for it and it's going to be successful. And I'm really glad that you typed in #home in the chat, Paul, because this was a question that you really needed answered, and I hope I've answered it. And good luck to you.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Great answer, Pauline. Great answer. Yeah.
Thanks.
That was beautiful.
Okay. All right.
So before you move on to the next round of people, I
Yes.
just wanted to say to Marjorie, she said we're still talking about the burial plots. That she said that no one really wants them in the family, and that she has had a hard time making a decision about this. The decision has been made for you. Nobody wants them. Plus, I am hearing from those that have passed before you, and they're saying, "Oh, Marjorie, go ahead, just sell it. It's not a big deal."
Yeah.
Really, they're saying, "Go ahead. You deserve the money."
Oh, that's a good message for her to hear.
Yeah.
That's really good. Thank you, Cleo.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go in here for the readings. And see you later, Paul. Here we go. Let's get these other people up here. What is the time, Gerald? How far have we gone?
We're an hour and 3 minutes.
Okay, so can everybody do one more round?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Patricia, I didn't even look at the time and I just started rolling away. Okay, Patricia Bays for Marina. I didn't even ask you guys if you could do it. Angela Carver. Boy, it stopped on that one person with a really long name, and I thought, holy crap,
I
I'm
know.
gonna write that down.
How am I going to say that?
I can say it, but I have to write it down so I can remember who's going where. It's like, too much. Lorraine R. Okay, and let's see. I love that little dog. Look at those little cute underbite. That's so adorable. Christoph. And for me, Jane. Great. Okay. And here we go. All right. So we're starting off with Patricia Bays for Marina, Angela Carver for Val, Lorraine R. for Cleo, Kat Christoph for Gerald, and Jane for me. All right. So take it away, Marina.
Excellent.
Um,
And
Did we
hang
get a
on.
question? Oh,
yeah,
sorry. I
I
didn't even.
don't have a question yet from Patricia Bays. I do have Angela,
Okay.
I
Can we
believe.
do that to Val? Will she kill us if we do that?
And you have Angela.
I don't see Angela. Nope, I
Yeah,
lied. I was
you don't
wrong.
have
Okay. We
Angela.
have Lorraine.
Hmm.
Well, here's Lorraine. Who was for Lorraine? That was Cleo.
Cleo.
We
That's
have Kat Christoph.
that's you.
Yep. Jane, we've got a general.
Okay.
And so Angela.
And Patricia, we need you to put your questions in the chat. And then we'll just start off, if that's okay, Cleo. Can we just start off with you?
Yeah, just give me a second here.
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay, will I be moving within the next 6 months and sell my home? You're certainly in the right position to be doing that. You've got some really good positive cards that came up here. But I would, yeah, I would be really careful about 6 months. I think 6 months is throwing me off. I don't think it can happen. I think you'll run across some things that you're interested in the next 6 months, but I don't know that all of this stuff is going to happen within 6 months. And really, it's to your advantage to definitely. Well, you're talking about a house, so you definitely want to take time to really find out what it is that you're looking for in a home. So, and you're not, you're gonna have a little bit of problem getting what you want for the house in the first place before but figure all this stuff out before you finally put the home on the market. Because on the other hand, it may be something that goes like this because uh, with the tariffs and the economy being so haywire, you know, it's going to cost a lot for people to build a house. So make sure that you don't get into a position where you're like, wow, this would be great. That's the kind of money I'm looking for. And then you turn around and find out that the thing that you want to replace it with is beyond your reach. But I don't know. I see, I think you're really going to have some good luck with this. Just take your time with it. And, you've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Cups, and those two things tell me that something really good's going on there. Okay, your boyfriend wants you to move in with him. I'm struggling financially, so I may have to sell. Okay, so it's not like you're going to sell something and then turn around and buy something. Make sure maybe that's where I'm having a little bit of. Hold on here a minute, just 1 second. The boyfriend.
yeah.
I, make sure that that's what you want to do before you sell anything. I say, I say, if you want to move in with him, rent your place out, or maybe it's not a rental, right? You're talking about selling it. So before you sell it, and if you move in with him, I'm just saying it might be best to hold off a little bit on the sale of your house.
Hmm.
and in the meantime, you might consider renting it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. I
Great.
hope everything works with that, Lorraine. Thanks
Yeah.
for your question.
And Cleo, thank you for jumping in there. That was
Yeah.
great. Shall we just continue on? I think the only person we haven't got a question for is Angela. Is that right?
That's correct. So,
Okay.
Patricia Bays.
And then after Patricia, we will do the gong. Yes, I said it. I'm doing it. The foot is down. The gong is coming.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Um, okay, Patricia, that you're really kind of in a quandary about whether or not you should do it right now or whether or not you should wait and do it later. I think that from well, yeah, I pulled 5 cards and I got 3 major arcana. Um, so okay. I start off with the death card, which is, you have to make a decision, and it feels like it's kind of an overwhelming decision for you right now. I think part of it could be that you're a little you're not quite emotionally ready for the surgery, so it's like you're looking for reasons to put it off. Um, so yeah, the Queen of Cups tells me, yeah, you're not exactly sure that that's kind of what you want to do. The decision is in your hands with the star. You can decide what it is that you want to do, and it's going to whatever you do is going to ultimately benefit you. I also got the Wheel of Fortune. So right now, to with the way things are going with the medical system, I don't know that, and this part I'm saying personally, I don't know that I would want to wait and see what's going to happen, because if something is cut off, then you're stuck. So maybe think about that it's, you may be a little apprehensive about the surgery itself, but it's something that if you go through with it now, at least you'll know it's covered, and you don't have to worry about how bad the financial outcome of it would be. So I think doing it now is probably going to be beneficial. I get the Four of Pentacles, and it turns out okay. But again, I'm not a doctor, so I can't dispense medical advice. You're go with what it is that your doctors are telling you, but don't be afraid to move forward with it sooner rather than later. Okay, there you go.
That sounds good. And now the gong. Come back to the chat. Come back to the chat. We need you now. Come back. Come back. We need you now. Come back to the chat.
Love it.
That was worth it just for the gong.
Yes.
The gong has spoken.
Yes.
So if we don't get her now, then who knows? All right, but we do have a question from Kat, and so Gerald, if you're ready, we could go ahead and do that.
Absolutely. Full-time teleworker since 2020. Do you see me getting to continue to work from home, or will I have to return to the office? Congratulations on the promotion and the raise and the bonus since working from home.
Wow.
This is very nice. Obviously, you're skilled at the work. I think right now you're going to be continuing to work from home, because there's a few things that are coming up that are things that are being evaluated or looked at in the company, and they may it feels like there's some planning going on to how to move forward with what's going on in the world. Um, That being said, Kat, you're going to do fine with whatever it is that you're doing. I think there's a comfort for you to being at home. You like that, but you'll be able to. I see you being able to switch into, maybe it's in the office part of the time, because you need to be present for some meetings or something like that. But there's a lot of planning going on. I mean, uh, um, yes, I would say right now you're going to stay at home. I maybe toward the end of maybe in August, or yeah, August, they're going to start maybe having you come in for some meetings or some planning or something like that. It feels like they're pulling people in for planning, and I don't know what kind of work you do, Kat. So, but that's the feeling I'm getting.
Lovely.
Okay. All right. And since I don't see Angela's question yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do Jane's question. So, Jane, I pulled a few cards for you and then I had to pull a few more. You just wanted uh, a general reading. And so I'm looking at this as for like the month of like April going into May. Um, Whatever you're working at, and it's not home related because none of this has anything to do with home. I think it's more work related. Whatever you're doing, you're using your skills really highly, using your skills, not losing your skills, using your skills. And I feel that there's some kind of a tension at work. There's a conflict with someone, or maybe there's just a feeling on your part of dissatisfaction. You're just not really feeling good about being there, and even feeling like you're having to justify everything that you do. I think that something is building up for a big moment, and I think that that's not going to be a great moment for you. So I think I would be maybe not. Yeah, okay. So you should probably be looking for another job. You don't have to make a big deal out of it. I wouldn't advertise it to anybody because things could work out. You could have this big moment and it could just bring everything out in the open and things could get resolved and it would be fine. I do think that this is going to bring you to the attention of higher ups. And you may feel like you don't want to change jobs right now, like you really want to stay put. And if that's the case, then I would uh, take this opportunity to talk to the higher ups, the bosses, whatever, to let them know who you are, what you do, what your skills are. Are you in the right position? Should you be in a different position? Is there a position that you'd like to switch to? Or is there an opening that's already there that maybe you could fill? I just think there's a lot of volatility and action and movement in your job environment. Some of it is comfortable for you, some of it is not. And only you can decide if you can really tolerate it or if somehow these guys and women or whoever's at the top can make a change of some kind. I think later in May, I think you will feel very much like you want to move on. But I'm still not sure that's really the right thing for you to do. I think you have to really weigh all of the pros and cons and really try to figure it out. Um, in the end, whether you take on a new position or stay in this one, you're going to be working hard. So if it's a question of I just want a job that's easier, um, I don't think changing jobs would do that. But if it's a question of who I work with and, the quality of my life when I'm at, if this job is really impacting your quality of life, then, yeah, you might want to move on. I mean, it is kind of a crappy job environment right now with, I think it's something like, is it a million people? Half a million people who've got unemployed and they're all looking for work too. So you might want to hang on to that job just because of that, or not. You might just luck into a situation where you can just slide over to that other position with better people. So, kind of a convoluted answer there. I'm not really giving you a lot of direction, but I'm giving you a lot of information about what's going on. And it's your choice about how you want to handle it. Okay.
Wonderful.
So did we hear from Angela?
Nope.
Yeah, you didn't hear from Angela, but I'm wondering if Val would be up for answering the question from Lorraine Orr, mainly because I'm curious what the answer would be. Yeah, that one.
Multiple buzzards on Earth 3 days ago. They didn't budge. Let me ask your guides.
Hmm.
They feel like they are really messengers bringing you some message from your loved ones or people who've crossed over. It's not just that. There's more than that about what they're related to. But they let's see if I can talk to them. They're saying they were really attracted to your home, the energy of it. And when they perched there and sat there, it's like there's an energy vortex at your property. It's like your property all the way around your house, even in your yard, is this high vibrational energy coming in. And there's something about that they just were in tune with. And it's very, yes. And there's something very deep about it. Just like you say, it feels like something deep. I just don't know what. It is that it's some kind of connection that you have as a medium. You something even more than that, but think along those lines about people who've crossed over in your connection, because you certainly are a medium. Um, yeah, they were comfortable and content because they're vibing in that energy. It's like all your loved ones sent them there to sit there and vibe in that kind of vortex energy of that connection to the other side or to the multiverse. It's even more complex, many layers of what it actually means. But that's as close as I could get right now to I hope
Wow.
it helps.
Great, Val.
Mhm.
You can talk to buzzards.
Well, anybody, it's an animal. You can communicate with animals. You can communicate with anything. You can communicate with a rock. Anything that has a consciousness, even a planet, you're going to be able to talk to
Yeah.
them. Anything. There isn't any limit to what you can have a communication with. So, just so you all know.
Yeah, I think I can communicate with things like crystals and rocks and trees.
Absolutely.
But animals are spotty. Sometimes yes,
Yeah.
sometimes no.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe sometimes you can really feel their energy well and have that communication, but it's kind of telepathic if you tune into your animals. Like if I tune into dogs or cats, I feel like what they feel like. I hear what
Mm,
their thoughts are. I feel
mhm,
what their comfort level is and what they've been doing and how they feel in relationship to their mom and dad and
mhm.
the house, the home environment and other pets. You really get the full picture when you connect. It
Oh,
just comes
yeah.
in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
I knew Val was going to be able to connect with that question. I just
Well, I didn't get the whole picture of what it was, but I see very clearly that Lorraine's property is a
Yeah.
very big vortex of energy, and she's a medium, and she connects well to the other side. There's no doubt about that.
mm,
And so they are the first thing that I got is usually the right thing, and it's
Yeah.
that crossing over energy, that energy to the other side, and it's like messages from the other side coming down and being delivered, dropping in
Mhm.
while they're vibing in this energy. Yeah.
that was
Right.
great.
That was great. Well, we've been on almost 90 minutes. God knows who is ever going to come back and watch the replay of this thing because it's so bloody long, but I hope somebody does. And for everybody that's been in the chat and watching, thank you very, very much for being here. Thank you for your questions and just thank you for watching. And if you're watching this on replay and you're all the way at the end of this, bless you.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much. Don't
Yeah.
forget to do a little thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please
Yeah.
subscribe. Everybody's YouTube channel
Mhm.
link or link URL whatever is in the description of this video. So if the readers really spoke to you, go subscribe to their channel even if they didn't speak to you. These are all great psychics and they can give you
Thank
great
you.
readings all the time. So please
Right.
go and subscribe
Thank
to
you,
their
Pauline.
channel. And we will be doing this show again next month. It's the second Friday of the month. And in the meantime, I'm just going to wish everybody lots of love and light. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for being with us. Bye, you guys. See ya.
Bye.